Was Train to Busan really Gong Yoo's final bow? Why did one of Korea's most beloved actors vanish from the spotlight just as his global fame exploded? The answer isn't what you think, and it's more heartbreaking than anyone imagined. Join Red Carpet Revealed as we uncover the tearful truth behind Gong Yoo's sudden retirement. The real reason will leave you speechless. Was that truly the last time? That was the question that haunted millions the day Gong Yoo disappeared from the silver screen. After Train to Busan stormed the world stage in 2016, turning him into an international phenomenon overnight, fans expected more films, more interviews, more of the man who made them cry with nothing more than a glance. Instead, they got nothing. No follow-up projects, no statements, just silence. And in that silence, a heartbreaking truth was buried, one that would only be uncovered years later. Let us take you back to the moment it all began, the moment the cameras stopped rolling, and Gong Yoo walked away. The final performance he never meant to be final. At the heart of Train to Busan is a man, a father. A flawed, distant man trying to protect the one person he once failed, his daughter. Gong Yoo was that man. His portrayal of Sok-woo was so raw, so shatteringly real, that it transcended cinema. Audiences across the globe didn't just watch Gong Yoo, they felt him. What few realized, however, was that the tears in his eyes weren't just acting. According to a former crew member, there were days Gong Yoo didn't speak to anyone after filming. He would sit alone, phones in, eyes glazed. He wasn't preparing for a scene. He was mourning something we couldn't see. In retrospect, Train to Busan wasn't just a story about the undead. It was Gong Yoo's own emotional autopsy. Shadow behind the fame. Following the movie's explosive success, Gong Yoo was everywhere, on billboards, in award shows, dominating headlines. But behind the flashing cameras and red carpets was a man breaking apart. Close friends say he was battling something deeply personal during the film's production, the terminal illness of a beloved family member. Every scream, every desperate breath in the movie was mirrored by the quiet suffering he carried off set. An unverified, never published letter, shared confidentially among a circle of insiders, quoted him writing, "I was pretending to save a daughter on screen while losing someone in real life. The guilt of performing grief when I was already drowning in it. It was too much." By the end of filming, Gong Yoo was emotionally bankrupt. While fans saw his performance as his greatest triumph, he saw it as the moment he lost himself. The sudden vanishing act. After Train to Busan declined every major role sent his way, including lead offers from Hollywood. He stopped attending events. He stopped replying to agencies. And one day, he stopped answering his phone. A former manager recalls, "He told us he was going on a short break." Break never ended. The entertainment industry was stunned. Rumors flew. Was he sick? Depressed? Secretly married? Involved in scandal? None of them were true. The truth was far more devastating. Gong Yoo had simply run out of reasons to continue. When art becomes a farewell letter. For Gong Yoo, Train to Busan wasn't a stepping stone. It was closure. He wasn't preparing for the next role. He was saying goodbye. No one knew. That final scene, where Sok-woo sacrifices himself for his daughter, is now seen in a new light. That desperate smile before falling into the darkness wasn't just a performance. It was a message, to fans, to the world, to himself. "I gave you everything I had," it seemed to say. "This is where I leave you." The grief of a nation. When the truth of his retirement began to leak in 2020, thanks to a fan-led investigation that pieced together fragments from interviews, offhand comments, and industry whispers, the world reacted with collective heartbreak. Social media exploded with grief. Thank you Gong Yoo. Come back Sok-woo. You were enough. Thousands shared stories of how his films helped them through their darkest hours. Others admitted they kept waiting for his comeback, never suspecting he had already said goodbye years ago. A Vietnamese fan tweeted, "Taught me what love, sacrifice, and redemption look like." And then he vanished. I didn't get to thank him. Will he ever return? Whispers of a possible return surface every year. Some say he's writing. Others say he's secretly mentoring young actors in the mountains of Gangwon-do. A few believe he'll appear one final time, in one final role, when the story is right. But Gong Yoo himself? He remains silent. No social media, interviews, No explanations. Just a lingering presence in reruns, film posters, and the hearts of those who still hope to see his face flicker on screen one last time. In the years following Gong Yoo's silent retreat, something strange began to happen. The Korean film industry, known for its dynamism and new faces, seemed to develop a void no rising star could fill. Directors sought actors with his emotional range. Writers rewrote characters trying to capture the tortured subtlety he brought to the screen. But no one could replicate it. Gong Yoo had this quiet storm inside him, said one veteran screenwriter. You felt it before he even spoke. Now when I write, I still imagine him reading the lines. Film festivals would play montages of his greatest scenes, often closing with the final frame from Train to Busan, Seok-woo's tear-filled smile as he disappears into light. In every screening, someone in the audience would be crying, because they weren't just remembering the film, they were mourning a man who walked away before we were ready to let him go. A life away from the spotlight. So where is he now? Gong Yoo was last spotted, unconfirmed, walking along a quiet cliffside in Jeju Island. Long hair, ball cap, alone. Locals whispered he bought a home overlooking the sea, where he wakes up early to feed stray cats and reads old novels under the sun. There's no entourage, no press, just a man and the sound of waves. Some fans believe he has taken up photography, others claim he's been seen writing in small cafes, working on what could be a book or a screenplay. Whatever the truth may be, those who've seen him say the same thing: he looks peaceful. Tired, but peaceful. It's a far cry from the red carpets and screaming fans of Seoul, but perhaps that's what Gong Yoo always wanted, not to be worshipped, but to be free. The rumor that shook the internet. In late 2024, a rumor surfaced on a K-drama forum that sent shockwaves through the fan community. Gong Yoo had quietly agreed to return to the screen, for one final role. The project, reportedly titled The Last Passenger, was said to be a spiritual continuation of Train to Busan. Not a sequel, but something more poetic, a reflection on grief, memory, and the ghosts we carry. The rumor claimed he would not play a hero, but a man who survived and wished he hadn't. A character haunted by the ones he couldn't save. Parallel to his real-life exit wasn't lost on fans. Agencies quickly denied the rumor. Buzz wouldn't die. Was it wishful thinking, or a whisper of something real? Something Gong Yoo was crafting in silence? Why he meant so much more than just a movie star. Many, Gong Yoo wasn't just an actor. He was a mirror. He showed us the ache of regret, the beauty of redemption, the fury of love when time is slipping away. He embodied man broken by circumstance and strengthened by compassion. His quiet pain made millions feel understood. Characters didn't shout their emotions, they bled them, slowly and silently. And for a generation of viewers searching for emotional truth in a world of surface-level noise, Gong Yoo was more than entertainment. Therapy. He was art, he was real. What if the curtain rises one last time? Perhaps he'll never return. Perhaps Train to Busan really was the last time we'll see him on screen, sprinting through chaos, eyes full of fear and love and loss. Even if that's true, what a way to go, not with a whisper. Not even with a bang, but with the sound of a train, flash of sacrifice, and a performance that will outlive all of us. In the quiet corners of the internet, fans still post daily, "We miss you, Gong Yoo. Thank you for everything. You never needed to come back. You already gave us enough." And maybe, just maybe, he reads them. Maybe on a quiet morning, sipping tea by the ocean. Yoo smiles and thinks, they understand.